Start.
Okay, so welcome everybody to Fast Track Call number 3, and the focus is on my favorite subject. You'll always hear me talking about host coaching. It is the ticket to your success. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight.
Okay. So I can't see anybody because I'm running the PowerPoint.
I can shout them out for you.
Okay, so how about some people who, if they want to share their big wins this week, things that they felt like they did really well and they were they're excited.
Amber, you just closed another party, girl. That was exciting.
Yes, I did. I have 2 parties in November.
Nice.
Good. That's
Excited.
Always a win.
And you said Tim and Danielle have recruited?
Kim and Donna.
Donna, okay.
Well,
Donna.
Kim recruited Donna. Donna's added 2 new team members to the team, so their team is growing.
Okay. I don't even know why. I don't know.
How about you? Anything, girl. Anything's a big win if you're working your business. Okay.
Okay. Nope. Get out of there. Get out of there. You don't need to be in there. Okay. Are we ready, Tam?
Yep. We're ready.
All right. I'll just do this one real quick. So our last class is next Tuesday. It's class number 4. And what we're going to do on that following Tuesday, and Tammy might need to do it another day because of her schedule, but I plan on being on. So if you have anyone who is interested in selling Pampered Chef and wants to talk to a live breathing person, then I'll just plan on being on and answering questions. Okay. And anybody, and you all can all be on, and we'll just answer questions for people. So you can always, sometimes people want to talk to a person. So, okay, there we go.
Okay. So if you listen to Jennifer Henderson's host coaching video, we want to hear what your takeaways are and what your questions were from the call. If you did not listen to Jennifer Henderson's host coaching video, I want to encourage you, take a screenshot of this, take a picture of this, go to this link, and really listen to this, because this is the kind of stuff, like today, all day, I was working, and when I could, in the background, I had some sort of training going. You glean something different every time you listen to it. So I really encourage you to do that.
I'll go ahead and at the end too, Tammy, I will copy and paste those links and put them
right in our group chat.
Yeah, and then that way it's just a click away.
Okay, perfect.
Did anybody listen to the calls? Oh man, you guys all need to go in timeout.
Can I go in
timeout?
I just want to go in timeout.
Oh, I've got lots of things happening here. Okay, so the homework this week, and you might have already listened to this from the last call, but it's on Stephanie Richardson's Making Contacts. She just actually spoke to, sorry, I've got a dog barking here with the toy. Go on, Maggie, go. They're just like kids. As soon as you get on the phone, they start talking, and Maggie grabs her squeaky toy. But this is about making contacts and how to do it. Tammy, just remind me, because this might be one we should put at the beginning of this series. So we need to move things around. Just try to, as when we do this again, we'll try to take some notes. Okay.
Okay.
And then the call with Stephen Joseph and Sharon Zellen is phenomenal, and I've listened to it a couple times. You get so much information from him. He went from consultant to national senior director in less than 3 years, and is our first male national senior director, our senior executive director. And he's totally virtual. So he's very good at what he does, and he works a full-time job. So this business can be for anyone. Make sure this week you know that you're going to ask, and you're going to record your 25 contacts, And we want you to use these 3 categories: all your hosts, past, present, and future, 2 people in your life that you think Pampered Chef can help, and your recruit leads from your parties. So we want you to be able to track those. So maybe going back to some hosts that you did back in June or July, that were maybe interested or you enjoyed working with. I did that with Riley, my daughter, who had 2 really good hosts. The parties weren't very big, but the hosts did everything she told them to. And I'm like, they're great consultants. So she's reached out to them to say, this is a $39 kit. And both of them are thinking about it. So we just got to, encourage them to give it a try. So, okay, Tam.
Okay, so I want you, Kathy, this is more you. Let's just get
Okay. All right. I'll do the money. All right. So in this one, this was Pampered Chef is all about numbers and home office. And they took 10 leaders, actually 9 leaders on this screen, and they looked at what they did October 20th of October 2017, and compared it to October of 2018 to see the growth. And that first person there, leader number 1, went from 1 person on her team, which was herself, to a year later to 105 people. Her org sales in 2017 was almost $2,000, but in 2018 it was almost $79,000. She didn't have any directors in 2017, but in October she had 8, and she promoted to executive director. And she went from making $441, and a year later she made $9,100. So this business can change in a heartbeat. And all of those leaders that you see there, you can see their increase. And if we look at the biggest paycheck, which is leader 9, yeah, she made $16,000, but she gave herself a $6,000 raise per month, guys. That's not per year. That's per month. She had a $2,200 paycheck a year after having a $16,000 paycheck. So if you look at leader number 6, 56 people on her team, she increased that by almost 4 times. Went from 67,000 to, again, almost 3 times that the amount in sales, and then doubled her income. So it's pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure Love Carpenter and Jennifer Henderson are going to be on the list this year because of the growth that they've had. But this is the amount of growth that you can have. So just make sure you know that. Okay.
Okay. So hopefully you're all doing some parties right now and you have some hosts, because our goal always needs to be 4 shows a week, especially if you're in this group and you're trying to grow your business. So a message to send to your current hosts. One thing you always want to make it a point to do is to ask your host. Share the information with them, inform them, and invite them. Every single host, no matter what. And if you're thinking, oh, but I know her, she's my best friend. You know what? Even if you don't think they're going to do it, use them as practice then. Definitely make it a habit to ask everyone. This is a great message to send them. Did you know that new consultants are earning on average, earn an average of $200 to $500 a week as a side gig? You could start for as little as $39 this month with our anniversary special. I'm curious, have you ever thought of doing something like this? Are you in the market for some extra income? You are going to be surprised. I always am. I will send it out hoping for the best, but thinking in the back of my mind, you always prejudge. I don't care who you are. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, it's easy to copy and paste, because I really don't think they're going to take me up on it. But I ask everybody because I know that it's a good opportunity. It's a great opportunity. And sometimes the people that respond back, it's just, they might have said no a dozen times, but you caught them at the right time. Yep. So ask everyone, and screenshot this if you want, but this is great word choices to use for your hosts.
All right. So the same type of thing is that when you've got 2 buddies. So I do want you to think of 2 people that might be in your same situation. 2 people that that you've heard talk about how they're going to pay the bill, or what are they going to do for the holidays, or tuition's coming due and they don't know how they're going to pay for it. Those are little things for you sent from heaven saying, okay, you need to talk to these people. You have something to offer them. So very easy. I'm having so much fun with Pampered Chef, and I'd love for you to do it with me. New consultants are earning an average of $200 to $500 a week as a side gig doing virtual parties. I thought of you because you love to cook. I know you could use the extra money. I'd love to work with you. We have a lot of fun, whatever. Are you in the market for some extra income? And what you're seeing, guys, on both of these screens, and even when you're asking for parties, is that Tammy and I are not saying to you, hey, call up your host and say, hey, do you want to be a consultant? That's not what this is. We're giving them some information. We're letting them know that this has been successful, and we cared enough about them to ask them, okay? Because believe me, we've been in this business long enough, and what you don't ever want to see is, and it's happened to me, it's happened to Tammy, sometimes not on her own fault, but the next thing you know, you get an invitation to somebody's Pampered Chef party, and she did a show with you, 3 months ago, and you never asked. So it is important to make sure that you do ask. All right, Tam? This is where Tammy shines.
How to generate leads from shows. Words to message guests who ask questions in the Q&A post. Guys, almost every single post that I put in my parties, there's a reason for. But this one here, if you don't have the Q&A post, the post that says, ask me anything about my business is the key word. Put that in there or you're going to get the weirdest questions. And I'm straight up with people. I say, if it's pertaining to my business, you'll get a ticket. If it's a product question, I'll answer the question, but you don't get a ticket. Okay. So give them examples even, like here's some examples. How much money do you make, Tammy? Anything like that. But anyways, when people are asking questions, it generates interest. Somebody that might be sitting back listening and too shy to ask questions might get their question answered for them. So I might message somebody. I do message everybody in the Q&A posts. And this is what I would say. Hey, you had some great questions about the business, Sue, at Sue's Pampered Chef party. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef before? It's that easy. It's, some of them really do have great questions, so why not? Words to message guests who are rock stars. In live parties, we used to say these were our red flag wavers, and they were the ones that didn't, just to put it bluntly, didn't shut up the whole party.
I was one, yeah.
They talked over you, and they, they had an answer to everything. They already cooked everything, tried everything, and had everything. So those are actually rock stars, okay? You might message them and said, hey, you were such a rock star at Jen's Pampered Chef party. You stood out to me, and I could tell that you were really super engaged and excited. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef before? I think you would be really great at it.
And that's sometimes all they need to hear. They just need someone else to believe in them.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, Dory. Yeah.
Back to that. Yeah, that one. So I try to do that, but I'm having problems where I can't message the people like on Messenger. And I even will go in and say, hey, I'm going to send you a private message. And then because we're not friends, it's not going through.
Okay.
I have a tip.
Go ahead.
I just heard this and I need to test it myself, but I do know that I get better results this way. Someone recently in a training that I did said that when you're in the party and you see their name and when they're commenting, there's an option to message them from the comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is supposed to bypass the other folder.
It does.
So if you message them that way, that bypasses their other folder. That doesn't send you straight to Messenger. You're messaging them in the party.
Right.
To get better results being seen. So that's one way you could do that, Dory.
Dory, I can show you that, but let's go through this and I'll bring up my one
All
of my
right.
sheets to show you. No, that's fine. I think that's a good question because that is a problem. You're not friends with everybody, so how are they going to see it? But you can message right from that post.
Okay.
You know what? Let me just do it real quick, Tammy.
No, that's okay. Go ahead. You've got an agenda. I didn't mean to interrupt.
We have an agenda. Yeah, this week. we are the agenda. Okay. Okay. So if you haven't gotten through to this yet, it's important to ask. You want to make sure that you ask everyone every time at every party. And you want to, obviously you don't want to sound like a robot, but you can private message people, and I'll show you that in a second. But you do want to make sure that you just don't know whose lives you can change. And if you have that heart set, if you have that kind of mindset, even it's not what they're doing for you, it's what you're doing to possibly help them. And what's the worst thing that could happen? They say no, or, they defriend you. That's okay. It's one less friend. But the very best thing that could happen is that you change their life. And that's something that you can't even put words into. So, Tam, I'll just continue this and you take the next two. So you just want to develop your own tagline for follow-ups. The whole every 4 add 1 more. So that basically, did you know that new consultants are earning an average of, $400 a week as a side gig? Are you in the market for some extra income? That's your tagline. So we've got, why Pampered Chef? Well, meal times can be more, and we can transfer relationships, create traditions, and build happier and richer lives. And there's a time to teach lessons and make memories and share stories. As a consultant, you can nurture those moments for your family and friends, as well as hosts and customers. At the same time, you'll create something special for yourself, meaningful work, a community, and confidence, all built around your life and your schedule. That's pretty phenomenal. Our tagline is, we make memories one meal at a time. And that's beautiful. So and that has nothing to do with, us being a director or anything. It's just what we're doing for other people. So it really is pretty cool. So, okay, Tammy, go.
Okay, so what to do when the answer is a definite no? Ask for the booking. Okay. It's super easy to, I find it a lot easier to ask in a virtual party than we did live, to be honest with you. I used to sit down at the dining room table, and Kathy would say at her trainings, now, every single person that sits down with you, you need to ask them. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, okay. Okay, Kathy. But no, the virtual parties, guys, just ask. The worst thing they can do is say no. Here's some great word choices. And everybody wants to help the hostess, to help their friends. How many times have you heard somebody say, if I do this, will so-and-so get credit? So ask for the booking. I am working super hard to get Jen 3 bookings from her party to get an extra bonus. Would you like to be one of those 3? Notice that we don't put a lot of frills on this question, on these questions, these word choices. We keep it simple.
People don't want to be sold. Okay, go ahead.
Every 4 add 1 more. Guys, you're going to hear us. This is going to be like our new mantra, our chant. Every 4 add 1 more. The goal is always 3 or 4 bookings per party, but no less than 2. If you're doing less than 2 bookings per party, you're in standstill mode. If you're doing 2 or more, you're in growth mode. So you want to stay in growth mode. Standstill mode means you're always playing catch up, right? You're always trying, you're always making cold calls. You're always making cold booking messages. So you want growth mode. 3 ways to increase your bookings. Follow up with every single person who ordered. You don't have to raise your hand or answer this out loud, but I want you to think. Some of you have done 10 parties, more than 10, less than 10, whatever the case may be. Have you followed up with every single person who's ever placed an order from you? Okay. Follow up with everyone who didn't order. Okay, well, I just covered every single customer you've ever come in contact with, or not. Every single guest at a party that you ever come in contact with, right? Have you done that? Incentivize the host to get 3 bookings. The biggest thing I have in my corner for bookings, guys, my calendar stays very, very full. What's in my corner is I always think of this as a team effort. I do not do parties if my host is not on board with me. My host has to be all in with me, 100%. I never tell her I'm going to do everything. We are a team. I encourage her to get bookings. I let her know why she wants a booking. Oh my gosh, who have you? And I don't even ask. I assume that's what we're all both working for. Hey, Amber, tell me who you've thought of who would love to host a show, who's on Facebook all the time, loves party, loves getting free stuff. Who comes to mind? And my hostess is quick to give me these. And I'll say, you know what? We're working for 3 bookings. When we get 3 bookings, well, for one, you're going to get a 50% off item every single booking at their party, which is really great because that means you can stretch that check out. You know, you don't have to spend all your money at once for these bonuses. And when you get 3 bookings from your party, if you get them for me, I'm going to give you, and then I give her something as a gift. Just so you know, if I get the bookings, that's not rewarding her. She gets the bookings, I give her an extra reward. I never give the farm away. I don't set a set cash amount. I tell her I'll give her an extra gift. And I'll put something like maybe a $10, $15 item on her host order. After the discount, it doesn't cost me much at all after her host discount, so it's worth it. And I actually, it's up to you whether you want to do it before or after the shows are held. But you can come up with that on your own. But always get your hostess working with you. Anything else on that, Kathy?
No, that sounds great. So I'll let you talk about it. Okay, so I'm going to do the next 2 because it just talks about how to find your Be a Consultant link. So somebody gave me great advice recently. It's make it easy to do business with you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody says, hey, what do I have to do to, become a consultant? You don't need to go into the diatribe of everything they need to do. They have to sign up. Tell them to go to your website. You can actually send them your website. So you'll go to your website. So don't log into Consultant Corner. You want to log into View Your Pampered Chef personal website. Click on Be a Consultant. And then that URL right there that's circled, that's what you want to copy and paste into your phone or a document so you can message the web address whenever you need it. So at the end of a couple months ago, I had somebody who was interested in selling and I hadn't heard from her. So I said, Linda, here is the link when you're ready to sign up. Sadly, she did not sign up. She ended up putting it off for a while, but at least she's got my link. But my consultant that just signed up, that's all I did. She goes, what do you think I need to do? And I sent her my link. I said, go here and sign up. And she did. Make it easy to do business with you. Okay? Send them the link to join your business team.
Kathy, can I add one thing to that?
Sure.
This is something, guys, my first question I ask every new person is, do you want to know how to sign up? Or do you have further questions for me about why you'd want to join, or do you just want to know how to sign up? Because a lot of times we just spill all over them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kathy said, if they just want to know how to sign up, send the link. That's it.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
But you guys need to know how to find it. So you need to go into your personal website, not Consultant's Corner, because that's going to send them to the Pampered Chef home office site. And then they'll just dish that. They'll dish it out to a director. It won't be you. We want them to go to you, to your site. Okay. Tammy, the next 2 ones are Paycheck.
Yep.
They've seen these before, but again, there's a new director Paycheck for, over $1,200. And then the paychecks for, when she promoted and then when Ramona promoted to advanced director. So the money's out there, guys. I don't know, Tammy, do you want to share what your paycheck was last month?
It was just shy of $6,000.
That's a lot of money. So yes, it was. So that's awesome. Congratulations. All right. So here we go. Tammy?
Okay. So homework, guys. 25 contacts. I was watching a training the other day on this, and it hit me that when you think of 25, that sounds like a lot. You're like, holy cow, Tammy, seriously. You know what? It's 5 contacts a day, guys.
Yep.
If you want to take the weekend off, that's fine. You can take 2 days off, but it's 5 contacts a day for 5 days. And you really need to be doing this. I have noticed in this business that when you do I've had consultants say, you know what, I've got a day and I'm just going to make contacts all day long, and then I can't come back to it for a couple weeks, but I'm going to make contacts all day. You will get better results touching your business a little bit each day than you will in spurts. Okay. So, make it a priority. If the 25 contacts isn't a priority, then I'm just going to say this time that you spend with Kathy and I is better spent making the contacts, really. Because if you're not going to do the contacts, this is a wasted half hour for you. And that's sad, because that's what you're going to need for your business. Do the trainings. Okay. I know it's hard to fit those in. Here's some tips for you, like some tips that I do. I will, I have a little set of headsets that I will put in my ears, and I will listen to if everybody else is watching TV. I'll have them. Oh, there we go.
Go.
Oh, she didn't like that. Okay. And I will, I also play them in my car, just in the background, so I can always hear them when I'm cooking supper. I'll have them on my phone playing, but just kind of make it a priority. 4 parties a week, guys. Look at your calendar. What's coming up? Monday's party start day. We put them in the party on Fridays. Do you have 4 parties ready for Friday? It's only Tuesday. Off the phone here tonight, make that your number one priority, is to get 4 parties for Friday.
Yeah, and especially since you know that next week we're not going to have a quote unquote team time or a phone call. You could take that time and tell your family, hey, this is my call night. And you could really sit down and get this up and moving and get those shows scheduled. So we'll do the gift of time is what we're going to do. So remember, it's the ever four, add one more, but I do want you to think about if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you be willing to do? Sorry, my mouth is tired. So is my brain. But we do believe in each and every one of you very much. We know that you guys can do this. So Tammy, let me share that thing for Dory. Whoops, wrong thing. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording.
Stop recording.